So here we go on putting the white on the cotton bolls. Now you notice this one kind of overlaps this pumpkin, so we're not going to do the white on that one. We'll wait till after we've done this pumpkin, then we'll paint that one. You have to kind of watch what was going on in your painting to make sure you get the background in the back and the front in the front. So I could do the white with the larger scruffy, but I know some people might find it hard to control exactly where you're getting the white. And if you want more control, go with the smaller scruffy. I know especially when I was first learning, I had a harder time controlling the larger brushes. I would normally, if it was just me painting this, I would use the larger scruffy. I'm going to do the smaller one for you. You do want some of the dark showing. You're going to have some of the, you're going to have the, I don't know what they call them on cotton bolls, but the little stamens or little things that are coming up that are wrapping around it. So I'm just getting some white in my small scruffy, and I'm just going to tap lightly in kind of the shapes that I've seen them in photographs. I don't think I've seen real cotton bolls in a long time. But when you have the dark showing through, it kind of gives, you know, little areas where it looks like there's almost ribs, like with the pumpkins. But when you put the details on, it will all come together. So that's a little too thick, but that's okay. I can tap it out and use that to load my brush for these other ones that I'm kind of leaving. Remember the dark showing through on some of. Well, we had an equipment failure. My microphone battery went dead and I did not realize it. So as I showed you how I was painting the green pumpkins, there's no sound. I am going to walk you through it now, and then I'm going to, right after I tell you this and show you on top of the already painted pumpkins, I'm going to put the piece that is silent. I'm going to speed it up slightly, and you can see how I did it from unpainted to this point. But I'm going to show you what I did as I'm talking you through it. Here's my 3/4 inch flat brush. I'm getting it damp. I'm doing my, where I dab it off. And my two colors, they're dried now because I went and dug up new batteries. So I'm putting the succulent and thicket onto my palette. And all I did was double load my brush with the succulent and the thicket. I want mostly succulent sticking a little bit on my palette. But there it is, worked it in. And then I just went along the ribs with the thicket on the ribs and the succulent in the main part. And I didn't mind if it got a little streaky because I like the streaks in the pumpkin. And let's see, let's go along here with both colors. And then right along here, you see I'm starting on the chisel edge on this one, and I'm kind of then spreading it as I go along. Now I did it a couple of times going along, and I just worked it through. And here I'm going on the other side of that rib with the green. the darker green, the thicket, and then just working the succulent in. Now I'm just going to get more succulent, and I'm going to just work in the center. You see there's still some dark green in my brush, therefore it's getting on the pumpkin and just adding a bit of streaking, which is good. I like that. So you'll see the other video where I started from raw and then made my way through this. I'm making sure that those pink edges are covered. And now I'm going to go to this one. It's basically the same thing, double loading with the brush and just following along the ribs with the darker green. It does not have to be perfect, and you don't want like a rigid line. You want it to kind of blend. So it just looks like that's a shadow area and not a hard line. If you want more succulent, less green in the center, then you just go and load just the succulent on your brush and just work it in. If you want a little more of the dark green, go right ahead, put a little more in your brush and work it through. So that is basically that part. So I'll let that dry. And I'm going to now attach the sped up version that's silent so that you can watch me do it from just the background up. So thanks for being patient with me.